forgot. I had to go. Oh, this is falling. I'm sorry. I had to pick up my cards. Oh, okay. Because it was on the other thing. Okay. Okay. So, oh, okay. So, oh my God. Okay. So here we are together. Let's see here. Open on. Okay. So, da, 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 da. Okay. Hello. Everybody, welcome. Oh, Rosa Stark investigator. Hell, Everybody, welcome. Rosa Stark investigator. Hell, huh. So, wow. Guys, okay, what is the link? Oh, here, my little drink here. So guys, hello. I realized I had not done this kind of a little crazy. Okay, so guys, I hope you have been doing okay. I feel like, seriously, every time, like, if I skip a day, I feel like it's almost like feels like 5 days, that we haven't talked, because so much happens. So guys, so thanks for the comment. Got my hair, my roots done finally. And every day I learn new makeup secrets. One day, guys, one day I should do like a makeup thing. People ask me, but I forget. But I should talk about makeup. Yeah, but it's not glow. It's just shiny, literally shiny. Because I put my makeup a while back, a long time, like early, like a long time, and I did all kinds of things. And to be honest, just so you know, the Zoom thing, it does improve my skin. Okay, it kind of gives you it has this feature. It was like clean up or something. I forgot how to say it. It's like, okay, but anyway, so I just like to talk, because it's some interesting informações. Very simple, makeup, but yeah, makeup tutorial. That's right. I'm gonna do one, okay? Because it's funny, guys. As I got older, okay, it's like when you get older, you have to like, do some tricks, because you like. It's like in a weird way, you have to wear less makeup. It doesn't work as well. I used to wear actually more makeup, I think, when I was younger, okay? And now you have to be like, know what to cover, not too much, hopefully not too much. So it's interesting. I think the power of the concealer is really unparalleled. Okay, that's what I think. That's what I've learned in life. That's my lesson, concealer. So anyway, so guys, also important things today, huh? Today, wow, I don't even know what, like, where to start. It's like a lot. Okay, so wow, so okay. So, okay, let's start with the first thing, which is Warren, okay? Yeah, so yeah, maybe I'll do, eventually I'll do the makeup thing. But anyway, so it's just kind of like, it is, it's like, I have to think about how I'm gonna do it. But anyway, so next time, okay? This week. So anyway, so guys, okay, so let's get to the first, let's go to the topics of the day. The first thing, okay? Oh my God. So, okay, so let's talk about Warren dropping out. Okay, let's talk about Warren dropping out, and then we'll get this started. There's just so many questions surrounding everything, okay? So, okay, so wow, yeah. So Warren dropped out, which is, I think, in some ways, I had the guys, to be honest, okay? To be honest, I feel like I saw, last time, I remember, I don't know if it was Monday or the other day, the day before, I had seen this vision that Biden was going to take over. He was going to, and that the candidates would, they would woe around Biden. And I did see Elizabeth Warren. Okay. I guess I didn't say it, but it was just like, or I said it very passing, en passant. I did think that she would eventually, but long story. So, oh, by the way, I guess she hasn't announced, right? She hasn't announced anything, but who knows? That's what I had seen. That's what I had seen, by the way, that she would go around him, right? So, and back him, okay? And so anyway, so there's many interesting things connected to her, because guys, you see the interview. She's so intelligent, she's so fast, and she's so, she's so on it, okay? She's so on it, and you could see that her her. And by the so somebody's asking, you pick Warren for VP? No, guys, to be honest, I honestly don't think it's necessarily. She said she doesn't want to, did you see the interview when Rachel asked her that? She said no. I don't want to be a VP. I want to be the president. I think she was very direct. But I can ask, just so you guys know, I don't think it's her. I do think it's a woman, like I said, a woman of color. Um, I don't know, but we'll see. Okay. So anyway, so it was just like amazing how she was so, how refreshing it is to see a person who's intelligent, who is like not relying on like, jargon or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? Like, not like, yeah, because I want to help. Like, it's just like she's just saying it. It was just like the way she was just talking like a normal person, very intelligent, normal person. But and guys, I just thought the way that she, it was just so brilliant how she's, the things she was talking about. She was so intelligent and so refreshing, refreshing because you could have a conversation. It's like, this is the thing about her. She's clearly extremely intelligent and very brilliant and very down to earth at the same time. Like, not, I don't know. I just thought it was really interesting. Okay. So, that was that. And then the thing that I also thought was very interesting about her is that the way she said, talking about Bernie, okay, how when Rachel asked him, it was so interesting how Rachel made a point of asking that question very directly, okay. And then she was like, so we had said about the supporters, how they've treated, and so she gave the example and everything like that, um and why, what he did to the union, his supporters, or whatever you call it. So I just thought the way she said it, and the thing, this is my sense, is that she's going to come out on Monday, probably. She's going to come out. I do think she's going to eventually endorse a candidate, probably Monday, I believe. I could be wrong, of course. Because I feel like, the way she was treated, guys, I mean, she's been treated badly by the media in general, right? And I think if you follow, like, for example, Twitter, on journalists, okay, if you follow them, you could see how they all love Bernie. They're in love with Bernie. It's like a what is it called? Men crush. They have men crush on Bernie. They love Bernie. They think Bernie is the greatest thing since like sliced bread or whatever. So you could see how everybody was dismissing her. Okay. And I do think, guys, I mean, just be okay. I'm gonna be not critical. It's not like I kind of let's see. I want to find out what went wrong. The way Audrey asked the right question. She's like, why can't we come together and elect a woman president? It's a very fair question. So, so, um, so then I want to know also what went wrong. I do feel like in some ways, guys, I feel like my sense about her, and I could be wrong, of course, is that her insistence on going on the quote unquote, the Bernie track or whatever, for some reason, I think she's a very common sense person. She is not a far left person, even though, of course she's progressive and I like her policies, all of them, like the 99% of them. But I just feel like the way she was talking made it seem as if she was, you know what I mean? It made it seem as if she's like very intent on preserving. She's not an ideologue. I don't think she is. And I don't think she's an ideologue at all, but the way she was talking, maybe this, I don't know what it is. Okay. I just feel like, so I just feel like, that's like, that could, I don't know exactly. I think there was a misogyny, and and guys, just before I came on, I was thinking about it. I was kind of like, not asking, but I was just thinking about, and then it came to me something like, they said, you know what it is? The issue that we have in this country is with the white men, and we have to put an end to it before a new person can come in. It's like, in other words, only after this ends can the women era start, because we're still in the middle of it. It's saying, you know what I mean? Like, not in the middle of, like, it's the way I understood here is that we have to uncover the entire truth of the white man candidate situation until it's totally transitioned completely. Because, guys, this is the thing. We keep like, okay, of course we would have liked Hillary to have been president and her, but I think what I understand here is that there is almost like a karmic thing that has to happen, has to be settled until we can start to the new era. And then I saw this thing, guys, I know it sounds crazy, and then I saw this thing that said, like, in the future, history is like, oh, remember when America only had male presidents? Like, they're going to look back, God knows when, 200 years, or I don't know when, that they're going to be like, oh, remember in history how like there used to be so many men presidents, how funny. People are going to think it's funny that there used to be men presidents all the time, because I think we will eventually arrive at a time, because, guys, this is the thing. I think it's like, if we are truly in the, again in the transitioning to a kind of more quote unquote female era, it also means that that the whole thing has to transition. It can't be the women who can fit into the time, because there's a lot of women. For example, you could say, oh, there's a lot of female, there's some female CEOs, right? But what is, of course it's great that you're a CEO, but the point is that, like, if you can fit in the man's world by being more masculine, that's almost like not the point. You know what I mean? Like, in the sense of, like, there's a new era where the values are more feminine, or more wide ranging than just like the same old. Okay, so that's what I think. If anything, I think it's just that the transition hasn't quite complete. And I think once the transition completes, and that's what I say, guys, honestly, as you know, I hesitant to say it because I don't want it to believe like it's going to happen. But if I see that, that indeed Biden comes to the presidency, then he nominates a woman as a VP, and then she takes over, that is the transition. That is the official transition. Okay. You know, that's my sense. Okay. But I think, because, guys, the amount of attacks the country has, okay, on women. Think about, like, Hillary. Like, Hillary is almost like those women, guys. I don't know. They're superhuman. Okay, the amount of attacks, they're attacked for everything. And, in some ways, sometimes I wonder, that it's worse somehow, the way that they write the articles about them. It's worse the way, when I read these articles, they're so dismissive. I think it's worse than, like, going out and attacking her directly, than to say, to have these condescending news. That's what I think, guys. The way they talk about women, this is a societal thing. It has to change, not just because if we elect, so let's say she was elected, and the way they would just completely dismiss her all the time as this, so. Okay, so, or Audrey's asking, do you guys think it's because Christianity is so patriarchal? Okay, let me actually get, do the protect. Let's ask for protection. Beautiful real light, coming on top of my head, As I breathe in, I feel my lungs. As I breathe out, create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I step into it. I feel connected. I like to ask that information. Yeah, only from the highest sources. Only the higher sources, That they created the good, Only the good, The good for the good people. The good for the good people. Okay, so let me just quickly here to go to Audrey's question. What is the reason why we haven't had a female president? Is it one of the reasons? Let's just say, do you guys think it's because Christianity is so patriarchal? Okay. So, okay, so several things. Okay, the first thing it shows, that is in some ways makes more sense at first, is that that's in some ways how societies were organized before. Like, right, in the sense that in the society, there's like the women took care of kids or whatever, right? That's, all those different things. That seems at the beginning, right? That's the first thing. But then when it became that women started working and doing all the different things, it shows that men, to say that the men's self-image has a lot to do with their work and their position in the world, and power is something that they crave and they go after in a very primal way, and that they have, like I've said before, they have almost like these mechanisms of, like, helping each other out, the tribalism, I guess you can call it that in some way. Okay. And so that's part one. Then part two is that they control this, guys. They, in other words, I saw women, or a woman, kind of like being like a head, like bigger than men, but almost like a bit out of light. So in other words, I feel like the ideas that women have in general is that it's more advanced. Okay. And that to men, power is something very primal. It's something they pursue as a sense of identity in a way that we don't necessarily. And it's also saying that because of America, in a way, capitalism, or like the way that America at least is constructed, at least up to now, didn't make it possible for women. Childcare is still an issue, guys. Think about it, right? If you think of this sense of, like, how America makes it very expensive to have children, in ways that other countries, like in some ways I would call them more developed countries, like Scandinavian countries, okay, like Sweden, Norway, whatever, right? So they make it so that there's like more like you can have time off to have kids and all those things. So in a way, America, like patriarchy has exists here more also because it's harder. You don't have any social programs to support women who want to, you know what I mean? That's just a fact, right? You can't, being a single mom is not that feasible. You know, it's possible, of course, but it's very complicated, okay? You know what I mean? So it's a complicated social, you know, in other words, guys, it's very complicated, okay? I feel like that you know, also the way that it has a lot to do with economic, you know, economic issues essentially, okay? And I think that men, like I said, men will fight. They will fight hard, like, and they go, guys, you know, it's not to say, okay, so what about, okay, let me just ask specifically, what about Elizabeth Warren? Why is it that she couldn't be president when she's so qualified? You know, it's interesting here. This is kind of interesting. It's saying, you know, for this time, I also see a knife. Okay, in other words, I feel like in the way she didn't have the knives out as much. You know, but guys, you know what it is? It's kind of like I think for her and people like of her generation and Hillary, she saw how Hillary was treated, so she had to hold back. It's very she had to internalize so many things because you know, for if it's saying that she had to also be more aggressive. But then if you're very aggressive, they can get at you. You know, so because I feel, guys, sometimes I was like would watch her and I think she was too intellectual, almost like not on the from the gut as much as men can be. Honestly, you know, I feel like sometimes I'd be like, shut your damn, like, this is the thing that I never understood about her. Why didn't she? I understand, we looked into why she didn't attack Bernie, but the same thing, it's like if she had been, she had to have been more aggressive in a way that they, you know, because you whatever you say about like Bernie and Trump, whatever they want to, you know, they're more aggressive people. I don't like them, okay, but you know, this is like they're more willing to attack others, to be in, I don't say inhumane, but you know, to be like to reduce people to stereotypes. You know what I mean? Like in some ways, you know what I mean? Sort of like, but it's saying that in some ways, this election stuff is a lot more simplistic in some ways, in the sense that people will choose you if they like you, if they feel like they can get you right away. It's complicated to explain. Sort of like she's like has to go. The way I was saying, like, is not getting the knives are sort of like, look at you. Do you think anybody buys your bullshit? Look at you, Barney. What the hell is wrong with you? You're just some Russian ass that everybody knows. Like, she should stalk like that, okay? But exactly. But then if she's too aggressive, they call you a bitch, you know? So exactly. But I think aggressive in a different way, I think is what's saying. It's like, you know, women like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes like we can be very like about, you know, we get caught up. It's like it's not about the details or saying, it's like saying like it's something, like I said, more visceral, more almost like willing to hit somebody. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what it is. Kind of, you know, of course, somebody like me could, I'm not interested or no, never make a good president. That's not who I, you know, but something like have a bit more like that, like more street kind of street fight kind of thing. Okay, but you know what I mean? But at the same time, guys, I just feel like, again, it's not, I think, I think, you know what it is? I think it's just that it's too many questions. Guys, did you, okay, I'm sorry not to be like I'm always like you know, getting on Bernie, but come on. Bernie was never vetted. Like, it was the first time somebody published something about Bernie. Like, there was constantly people publishing, you know, attacking them. It's also, you know, so in other words, guys, also you have to do something important. The GOP has a gigantic machine, okay, that will you know do all kinds of research on not just opposition research, but you know, what do you call it, like focus groups. You know, they're very advanced in their ways of finding out about, you know, how people respond to certain. I remember back in 2016 they were already attacking her because they knew she would be a really good candidate, you know. So this is the thing, and like I said, guys, I just feel, okay, I just feel, I've said before what I think of vice president. You listen to her, what she said about vice president. She doesn't want to be vice president because she's exactly the type who wants to be the president. I think she, and actually I would not want her to be the vice president if she doesn't want it. If she thinks that this is something that is, you know, which I think it is, in some ways it is beneath her. Okay, she wanted to be the one who was the president. That's what she said. I wanted to be the president, not the vice president. She said it. And I kind of see that, if, you know, and so that's what you want, somebody who is willing to do, to play the role of vice president. Okay. And I don't know that she does, but let me just ask, will she be the, you know, is it gonna, I think he said, I see him hugging her, Biden hugging her. He's like, I love you, Elizabeth. You have the job if you want. Okay. I mean, I think, but she doesn't want it. Cynthia, I agree with you. Cynthia's saying, yes, she needs to run the show and shoot. Exactly. She's not the type of person who's going to be, okay, Jess, listen to what I said. Okay. Don't, you know what I mean? You have to listen. What I'm saying is not even what is possible, is that she doesn't want it, Jess. She doesn't want it. That's what I'm saying. She doesn't want to be the vice president. I don't think she does. And you have to respect it. Okay. I just don't think that I also agree with Cynthia. I don't think she has a personality to be like, okay, so I'm representing the president today, whatever. I think she could be attorney general. She could be, there's a lot that she could do. She's still going to be important in politics. But I think for her, from her perspective, she's the type of guy, she's type A. She was a professor at Harvard Law School. Like, she's the type of person who's not going to settle. She said it. I remember from her interview, she said, I wanted to go into politics. I became a senator. I wanted to be president, and I want to be president. That's it. It's like, I don't want to be, she said, I don't want to be vice president. And I agree with her. I don't think she was giving an answer just to be polite. I really think she means it. I really do, guys. I really do. I think for her, it's sort of like, it's kind of like, I know it sounds like a weird way. I know it sounds like a weird, but it's sort of like, for example, it's a little bit like, for example, you were, interviewed for a job for a CEO, like a CEO of a company, right? And you thought you had a really good chance, you were the best one, you had this and that, and then somebody else got the job, but then they're like, oh, don't worry about it, it could be the CFO. She doesn't want it. She doesn't want it. There was this woman, okay, this is like business stuff, but there was this woman who was, I think her Sarah, I forgot her last name. There's this company called Square. It's a payments company. The CEO is the same guy who runs Twitter, okay? So I forgot her last name, but there's a woman CFO. Her name is Sarah something. I forgot. She was a CFO for a long time of Square. And I think she was hired with the understanding that she would be promoted, to CEO if he left, if Jack left. And she wasn't, okay? So she was like, oh no, he's very he likes to keep the two jobs. So then she became the CEO of a small, I think it's called, Nextdoor or something. I think she's CEO of like a social media company now. And although her role is not nearly as high profile as when she was CFO of Square, because Square is a public company, she's a CFO. I'm sorry, she's a CEO now. And that's what she wanted. That's what I'm saying, guys. For some women who have already advanced, they want to be the CEO. It's kind of this, like, some women want to be the CEO. They want to be the president. They don't want to be the VP. They don't want to be the CFO, the COO, the whatever. You know, you know what I mean? The same. I completely understand where she's coming from. She feels like she deserves better. She's entitled. Like, that's okay. That's a job she wants. It's like, why settle for the other job? You know, right? So that's what I think. I think Sarah Fryer. I don't remember her name, the one I'm talking about here, but it happens. That like men who feel like, oh, it's sort of like this happens a lot in business, because there's this whole thing, especially tech, like they're like, oh yeah, we just need like a Sheryl Sandberg type, because Sheryl Sandberg is the CFO, right? Of Facebook, but so it's sort of like that model. Like, no, we don't want to have, she wanted to be the president, she wanted to be the CEO. That's the only thing she's going to settle for, or being a senator. Because and as we're talking, guys, I'm getting this sense of her that makes a lot of sense. So this makes a lot of sense, because I'm understanding here, guys, I'm seeing this, that she's kind of like a, she likes to have her own ideas, her own policies, okay? Her own policies. And I think when she's head of in the Senate, she feels like she has more, it's like she has control. Like, she chooses the things she wants to focus on. She's the one in charge. Like, exactly. She, from her perspective, being a VP is sort of like having a boss. In the Senate, she feels like she doesn't have a boss. She's her own boss. And the same way, like, in the VP, she has a boss. It's not to say that she couldn't do it, if but that's not what she wants. I think she wants to be known for her ideas and all those things, okay? So yeah, but guys, this is, in some ways I totally respect her. I think even though we would like her to be the VP, I think in a way she does us a good job. Like, I think she's setting an example to say, you know what, don't settle. I wanted to be the president. I deserve to be the president. Because, guys, you know what it is, like the way that this country is, in many countries, okay, is like when people say, for example, like, oh, you know what? Don't worry about it. You want to, like, I say, another one wants to run for president. Then everybody's going to say, don't worry about it. You can always be VP. That's the first thing they're going to say. Oh, don't worry about it. You'll be the VP. You know. So like, so that's, I don't think she wants it, and she's fine. I think she did what she could. With, and I think it's just that the timing was not, like I said, the timing as far as era, it was not, she was ahead of her time in some way. Okay, I, like I said, but I do think that ultimately what has to happen, it's sort of like, and they say, for example, like, even with, it's so funny, I keep go back to the example of tech, but they say, like, for example, all these tech companies, they want to have, they always like, oh, we're always looking for, we're always looking, what is it called, we're always looking for, for female, like, they want the Sheryl Sandbergs. Why? Because they want to let the men make the mess, and then they say, oh yeah, let this founders make a mess, and then the women to clean up the mess. And no, and the women increasingly don't want it. We don't want it. We don't want to clean up the mess. They want to be the one person. They want to be the one person who, you know what I mean. They want to be the leader. They want to be the one who, like, you know. So you know what I mean. No, I agree. I think she would definitely be better than Schumer. Okay, okay. So but like I said, guys, I have a very strong feeling that she's going to continue to play a very strong role in our politics. She's not going to go. She's not going to, I don't think that she's not gonna go away. Okay, so somebody asked, I'm not seeing here because I can't go back, but somebody asked if she gonna run again for president. No, I don't think she will. I think she's gonna consult, because, guys, oh my God, it's telling me, it's amazing, it's very good. It's telling me here that Elizabeth Warren, it's like, think of her skill set. She knows how to pass laws. She knows how to get things done, and we're gonna need her, because we're going to make a lot of changes to this country, and we're going to change the laws a lot. Okay, so we need somebody exactly like her to do it, and she wants to do it. Okay, she wants to do it. She wants to do it, guys. Okay, I know you guys are really like I said, she wants to do the thing of the Senate. I think she is going to be needed in the legislative part. Okay, where we're gonna have to change a lot of laws, and that's her. That's the thing. That's her. Okay. So so that's it, guys. Of course, everything could change there, but I think we're gonna live in a very different era, and we're gonna have a lot of work to do. And she is the person. She's the person. Okay. Indivisible is exactly right. She's a doer, not a talker. Exactly. 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 Okay. So you know what I mean. Exactly. So I'm not worried about her. Like, I think she's gonna be around. She's gonna be very important and influential. It's just the beginning, okay? And if you think, guys, people say, oh yeah, Bernie, influenced or whatever, like the ideas of progressive things, but the reality is she is leading the way how to do it, not to talk about it, how to do it. And so I think she's gonna be she's gonna be around it. She's gonna be doing it. That's the thing, because I also feel like she may know better than us, guys, that I feel like I don't exactly know honestly what a VP does at all times, but I feel like it's sort of like part of it is very ceremonial, and it's just like she prefers to get things done. You know, that's my sense. That's my sense. I think she likes to get things done. And she feels like she doesn't want to, she's not the type. She's like, I'm not that person who's like, it's smiling, oh hi, how are you today, I'm here to talk. She's just, like I said, a doer. She's about, because if you think about it, guys, look at, okay, for real, look at why, if I mean, think about how wonderful it would be if we have the Senate and the House. Everything is going to happen really fast. Everything's going to pass. There's going to be changes or whatever. And so we need somebody who's going to, think about, I'm sorry, but, not to like, think about, you know what I mean? She's pregnant, exactly. Pragmatist of the progressive, exactly. It's exactly that. She's a pragmatist. She's practical. She like, let's get, and I think she's also the type of person who'll say, "Hey, Bernie, shut your mouth. Let's get work done." Like, she'll say it. She'll tell the person like, "Okay, you're not working enough. Just go work." She you know what I mean? She's like a tough boss, but that's what we need. She has a person who's like, "Stop talking. Let's do something." You know what I mean? Like really, like she knows when. I don't know. I just think she loves being a senator. She loves, so I think it's like, I know it's sad in a way, but I think that's the thing. Okay, okay, okay. So for that question about her and her future, is like, she's not okay. I think she's gonna be, yeah, she's gonna play an even bigger role in the Senate. I think she's gonna, in a weird way, guys. I think she's gonna get even more famous. Because it's saying, oh my God, what I'm seeing here, guys? All the policies that she presented as a presidential candidate became reality. Like the things, she's going to make. I still, in other words, I think the plans that she has, are going to happen. A lot of them. I really do. And she doesn't have to be, because guys, if you think about this, now let's talk reality. Okay, let's talk reality. I think about, okay, we're gonna get rid of Trump. Okay, and think about how much has to happen in the government. We have to hire a lot of people because Trump fired, this destroyed a lot of the government. We have to get new laws passed. We have to get a new Justice Department. We have to get so much done when he leaves. We have to do investigation. It's a lot of work that has to be done when he leaves. So we're going to need that person who thinks through these things, who gets the laws passed, who strategizes in that way, okay, and gets people to do this work, you know and I think, guys, it's telling me is going to be she. I think when we have a new, I think hopefully, Nancy will be president and she's going to retire. I think once the whole situation is done, sad, maybe in 4 years, I don't know when, but eventually she's going to retire. Adam Schiff's going to be the head of the house, and I think that it's possible that Liz is going to be the head of the Senate, you know so you know what I'm saying. So I feel like it's not because she's not president she's going to be forgotten or something. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to say is that the role of the president and the vice president is going to be different. We're going to need a lot of unity, a lot of rebuilding. It's going to be a lot of work that is not necessarily about laws, and so that's why the people in the House and the Senate are going to have a lot of work to do, because the president is going to be also tasked with more, like, like I said, coalition types of situations, coalition types of work, building, connecting, rebuilding. So it's going to be the work of the president, next president, is going to be different, okay, because there's so much to do, and there's so much to heal, really. Okay, okay. So interesting. I find interesting. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, so then, doesn't make sense. So it's just that, guys, to think about that. Okay, so I think she's gonna be just as important as everybody else. Okay, just as important. Okay, guys, think about, okay, not think about Mitch McConnell, how powerful he is. Like, similarly, like, think about how influential Mitch McConnell is, even though he's not the president. It's almost like he's actually more influential than any president, because he understands how laws have to be passed. The same way. Think about how influential the head of the Senate, if you're the majority head of majority Senate, is. The same way. You know. So just, she's gonna be like, imagine if she, oh, guys, imagine she has a job with Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell is gone forever, never again, and then we have an actually productive person in the Senate. Think about it. Who asks? Imagine when we have hearings on television that we have a person who actually asks questions, and like, it's tough. You know what I mean? Like, on the right things, tough on the right things. Oh, you know what? Oh my God, oh my God, I hope I hope through. I see she's gonna investigate all these people. They're gonna go, oh my God, Senate committee for the Trump administration investigations. Oh yeah. So, oh guys, do you remember this? As she announced, remember how she announced it? She said, yes, we're gonna have a department just to investigate the Trump administration. Did you see it? Did you see how she said it? Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. So, because I see her interrogating some of the former senators, such and such, former House, whatever. Current federal inmate Devin Nunes headed to the House in shackles, or whatever. Like, Think about it. She's gonna interrogate them, interrogate, like not interrogate like police, but go in front of the house. They're not. It's not over to her. It's not over. No, it's not over. No, 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 no. It's not over. So see, it's not over, guys. It's not over. Okay. So, okay. Okay. Now I really do have to go get to the questions because I have many topics today. Okay. So then going back to Warren here, but about her interview, and then moving to the Bernie Borough question. Okay, do you have any more questions? I think that for now it's okay. This is it, right? I think is very hopeful. Okay, exactly. Audrey is saying that is why she would be the majority leader, and she would get rid of the filibuster. Exactly. So much more, guys. Things would happen so fast. And she is a doer. She is a doer. And the other thing, guys, she's the type of person who doesn't give up. She's like, and they're like, oh, you know what? Like, oh, but Elizabeth, no, I can't do it. She's like, okay, well, you're gonna sit your ass down, you're gonna smile, you're gonna do it. Yes, you're gonna do it. She doesn't get offended. If someone's like says no to her, she's like, great. Well, it's no, but not, guess what? 10 minutes later, it's not no anymore because you're gonna do it. Yes, you are gonna do it. There's no reason, right? She doesn't let people off the hook. She's like, and that's why, you guys, you're saying I see Schumer. Schumer is is like that. He's like, oh yeah, don't worry, he's my friend. He's a nice guy. You know, you know what I mean? Like that's what I feel. Okay, is that she's gonna be like, no, we need an answer. Yes, we do. Yes, we need an answer. No, we do. We do. Oh yeah. Uh-huh, uh-huh. And they're like this. They're like, so guys, those trash people that we have today, they even when they're voted out or go to prison, whatever, it's not over. They're gonna have to give answer to American people. Oh yeah, you answer time, answer. I think she's gonna make them go out in public. Really, like because guys, okay. That's not even gonna start it. That's not even we can think about these people. They feel like they could do. This is gonna be over, guys. The stuff they can get away with, the stuff they do, they don't answer to anybody. They're just like, it's like, no, no, no. Okay. So I just like, no. I'm like, no. Mm-mm, no, no. So so this is it, I was like, oh my God. Okay. So now seriously, okay, so then here I want to go to the question. Okay, so talking about Warren's interview. So in their interview, she calls out Bernie and Bernie Bros for their behavior and creative division. Does Bernie and his team get it? Do they care? What is the end game here for them? Do they really want to win, or was it creating division and attacking people the bigger goal? Why do they do this? It is so counterproductive. Okay, so is it okay if we move on? Okay, unless you have more. Oh my God. Okay, so or do you have more questions about her? I see Joanne. She said, "I'm Joanne. I had a minor meltdown earlier this afternoon, and coming here has helped me balance myself and think positively." Yeah, that's what, guys. I'm not even trying. I'm just saying this is what I see. Okay, and it's been very consistent about her, like how I see her. Even if she's not president, she's actually going to have a bigger role. Even that, you know what I mean? Not that, of course, it's a big deal to be a president, but it's also like her role. The same, guys. The same way that she and Adam Schiff are a team, are going to be a big team. You know, of the new era, because guys, we need it in the next time, the next thing, the next page, the next chapter. We're going to need people who lived through this, because completely new people are, they're not going to know. But I think it's so important to have people with experience in this, in the garbage era, you know to kind of build from it. Okay, so that's what I want to say. Okay. Okay, so don't, I'm not worried at all. I'm not worried. Okay, I'm not worried at all. Okay, so yeah, so and then I see her talking. It's like, yeah, don't worry, Rose. Yeah, I'm gonna tell Bernie what I really think on Monday. Hmm. Yeah. So, so I see. It's so funny. I see her actually. I don't know if she's gonna do it publicly or in writing, but she's gonna be like, "Well, I told Bernie what I really think. I told Bernie, that there was a problem for me, the way he treated women, the way he treated others. You know what? I'm not okay with that. Even though we have a lot in common, that is not the direction the country is going in right now. Okay, so that's my sense. She's gonna just say it like that. Okay, you know what I mean. So this is it. Okay,